Ever watch a movie that has an original new idea but in execution it ends up becoming unoriginal? No? Then you should take a look at Chain Reaction. It's one of those films that tries to sound smart and intelligent, but you know that deep down it is the opposite. It's confusing, it makes no sense, and it's just an excuse for some action scenes. Put on your nerdy glasses to look smart and let's watch Chain Reaction. The first thing we see in this movie is a city full of factories polluting the planet. That is evil.
We are destroying our world at a suicidal pace. We need a pollution revolution. We need a new technology. There is a solution.
And it turns out that the scientist is creating a machine to save the planet, which is being tested in a small factory outside of Chicago.
Hello, Mr. Shannon.
Mr. Shannon.
Alistair.
You have a good trip?
Very good, thank you.
Morgan Freeman? Will there ever be a movie you'll say no to?
Cross your fingers, everyone.
Shut it down. Sunstable, shut it down.
They still can't get the futuristic water tank to work, but one of the scientists, played by Keanu Reeves, makes an accidental discovery. I'm not a science expert, so I don't know if this is scientifically accurate or not, but if you do understand this technology, feel free to comment.
My spectrometer shows stable hydrogen production.
I still don't understand it.
Emily, stay on me. I never agreed to keep anything from anyone. You know how I feel about it.
Alistair, be cool. Mandela will get this information. China will find out.
If my character is against my boss's decision over the sale of this powerful machine, I'm probably the bad guy.
Holy shit, we did it.
Holy shit, we did it!
One of the scientists, played by then unknown Rachel Weisz, who is drunk and can't start her car.
Your battery's dead.
We'll take one butt.
Oh, yes, please. On Kimbark and 54.
No, we can't. You'll freeze to death.
That shouldn't be a problem, even with the motorbike.
Let's take a taxi.
Taxi, huh?
Uh-huh. Here we are.
He takes her home and returns all the way to the factory to get his motorbike, which he should have taken in the first place. Keanu Reeves finds Dr. Alistair dead, and the hydrogen reactor has been tampered with by a group of terrorists set to blow it up. Eat me, green screen effect. I'm Keanu Reeves. I can outrun a huge explosion. It's a bit of a coincidence that Keanu Reeves survived this huge explosion, similar to when Indiana Jones survived a nuclear explosion by hiding inside a fridge. That's strange. Nobody in the city has heard the loud explosion. Not even the glass has been shattered by the shockwave.
This mill site had been converted into a site for the experimental production of hydrogen fuel.
As far as you know, are all your people accounted for, Mr. Shannon?
Ma'am, we just had 8 city blocks disappear. The President of the United States talked to my boss at 3 this morning.
So throughout a series of uninteresting events, the FBI investigates the explosion and find fake evidence planted by the terrorists to frame Keanu and Rachel as the perpetrators.
The CIA tells me that Chin might be involved in espionage. This Kasalovich guy has a past that makes me nervous, and Miss Sinclair is receiving faxes inviting her to rendezvous in mainland China.
Don't put China in a negative light, or your movie will get banned there.
Shannon,
You'll negotiate your surrender to the authorities.
I'm not going.
What do you mean you're not going?
We didn't do anything to Shannon.
The FBI will figure that out.
Someone's setting us up. I'm not going to the cops until I know more about what's going on.
Sure, run away from the authorities. That will look even more suspicious.
We'll go somewhere safe, and we'll wait till you work it out.
Where?
Maggie's.
And when you get there, stay put. Don't use the phone.
With the whole city looking for them, what's the first thing they do? Go to a bar full of people and a TV showing their faces to everyone.
Buy 2 tickets, Williams Bay. I'll meet you on the track.
Before the explosion occurred.
Hey, Mike, did you see that guy?
Hey, you, come here.
You suck at being incognito. Yippee! This is fun! Catch me, boys! Oh my god, I'm trapped. Why did I think that this was a good idea? Interesting point of view.
Hey, what's happening? Why did it stop?
The classic situation where police only look at one side of the road without looking at the other side where the fugitive is escaping.
You! Back this thing out of here! Come on! Go!
So where the hell is he, Leah?
He makes it in time to catch the train and they leave the city.
What took you so long?
The bridge was up.
That was a completely necessary chase scene. They hide in an observatory run by Jonah Cassidy. Okay, while the authorities keep a watchful eye on Morgan Freeman.
Gentlemen, Shannon's on the move.
He goes to a military base which has a very large circle on the ground. It's revealed that Morgan works for this company run by Brian Cox.
This is another one of your messes, Lyman.
It's not the peace call, Paul. Anyway, you said you had it under control.
I did.
I knew that Morgan Freeman was a bit suspicious right from the start.
If someone's going down for this, it is not going to be I.
He gets a phone call from Keanu, but the FBI track him down within seconds, leading to yet another chase scene. This guy is not any good at keeping a low profile.
Hold it right there! Get your hands up! This is Nemitz on the roof of the observatory.
And he takes the gun. You're making your situation look even worse.
Get in the boat!
In other words, I don't know how to drive this bloody thing. The helicopter with the sniper goes after them, with the wind blowing Keanu's jacket to resemble a hunchback. Nobody is driving the vehicle, but let's chase it anyway.
There's nobody in there!
How about getting out of the freezing water if it's giving you hypothermia?
Eddie, I can't feel my legs.
Come on.
It took you a while to do that. They find a house that just so happens to be empty where they decide to spend the night.
And for dinner tonight, we have a choice of sardines or sardines.
So is this how you seduce all the girls?
Only physicists with hypothermia who are accused of being a terrorist.
Oh, it appears that this is the part where the main characters attempt to have some chemistry between one another. Something they've lacked up until now. But the men from the helicopter break into the house. Just how they knew their location is a big mystery. I'll use these fighting skills for the mummy movies.
Who are they?
Not cops. Cops carry badges, credit cards, pictures of their families.
So do people carrying fake badges. Ever seen Let's Be Cops?
Your pit bull has killed a Wisconsin state trooper.
It turns out that Brian Cox is the one responsible for both the explosion and the killings, which Morgan Freeman knew all along.
Whatever possessed you to frame him in the first place?
2 words. Convenience and expedience.
I need this poor boy. This poor boy is the only one who knows the frequencies.
So why didn't you kidnap Keanu in the first place if you really needed him?
This young man will be a liability.
Well, that'll be my problem.
Keanu and Rachel send a message through a flower delivery to Morgan Freeman to see if they can meet up. Even the delivery man is played by a very young Michael Shannon.
Do you know if the order originated at this shop?
I don't think so. I think it was a wire from Georgetown.
Mind if I take one of these?
No, sure.
Who would have thought this one guy would end up having a career? They meet up with Morgan Freeman in probably the same museum from Night at the Museum.
Hello, Eddie.
Shannon, who are you?
I'm your friend, Eddie. I may be your only friend.
Are you responsible for all this?
It's the twist that everyone was expecting to expect.
You'll have your life back, I promise you.
You don't control our lives.
This leads to yet another chase scene, resulting in Rachel getting captured by Morgan Freeman's men, as she is forced alongside other scientists into rebuilding the hydrogen reactor.
You can't be serious.
Oh, yes. We've been impressed with your work for a long time.
Cut back to the FBI doing, well, FBI stuff.
I don't buy it. He's smart enough to blow up the lab, but then stupid enough to leave $250,000 underneath a sink so we'd be sure to find it? $100. Kid didn't do it.
Now you're starting to believe in his innocence? Keanu is able to locate the secret base. Thank God this place has shitty security, as he is able to sneak in undetected and makes it inside without identification or the guards recognizing him.
Luke, guys, what are you reading?
He arrives just as they are testing the reactor, but it doesn't work this time.
You don't have it. It's unstable.
Let's try it again in the morning, okay?
The place is also left unguarded, as Keanu decides to finish building the machine by adding the frequency he discovered early on to make it work.
Dr. Shannon, take a look at that. We've got it. What did you do?
Nothing.
Hello, Eddie. Figured it was you.
Keanu tries to bargain with the bad guys for his and Rachel's freedom, but when they refuse, he sends all the secret files to the FBI and also infects the reactor with a virus.
We've lost control of the system, Lyman. We can't shut it down.
What do you say, Eddie? 20 minutes before it blows?
Maybe less.
You wouldn't blow it up if you weren't sure you were gonna get out of here alive.
Sure I would.
I'm willing to risk the lives of hundreds of people just to bring you down.
Get out, everybody! You two, stay!
No, Lyman! Let them go!
You can stay with him, if you like.
Do I leave this place and live, or do I stay with them and die? This is the biggest decision of my life.
I'm sorry, Eddie.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman's decision doesn't surprise me. They escape through the not-so-secret passage from before, while Morgan Freeman and Brian Cox decide who gets to double-cross the other one first.
I didn't tell you, Lyman. But your retirement had already been arranged.
I'm just going to lie down here bored to death. Do come back if you change your mind. Keep running, people. Keep running away from yourselves. They are once again attacked by the henchmen, more concerned with trying to kill them than escaping. But the heroes get on the lift in time just as the reactor explodes. I just wasted my whole life.
Holy, did you see that?
Whoa.
That's definitely going to damage the environment.
Eddie Kasalovich.
Agent Ford, you got the message.
We've got some questions answered in Washington for about 6 weeks.
That's okay.
We've got a lot to talk about, as long as everyone stops shooting at us.
You've caused millions of dollars worth of damage and put a lot of people in danger, but we're willing to ignore the consequences. Morgan Freeman escapes through another exit, and it turns out that he was working for the CIA this whole time.
To the Director of Central Intelligence. Sea Systems. No longer a viable entity.
I didn't understand it either. Nobody understands it, period. Chain Reaction is not terrible, but it is very bland. It's just a series of chases and random action scenes with no substance and a complicated story. The science is as confusing as my science teacher from secondary school, and the main characters barely interact with one another. And for someone like Keanu Reeves, who would end up playing Neo and John Wick, he's a pretty bland hero in this film. I am a standard critic, and thanks for watching.